What up, YouTube? Welcome to another edition of Ray's Reviews, and today we'll actually be reviewing episode 2 of Core 3 of Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War. And man, oh man, did they come out swinging. I'm not gonna hold you. I've read the manga. It was years ago, so I don't remember everything. But I do remember this fight wasn't in the manga to this detail. The fight was, because Ichigo definitely fought Bach, but wasn't necessarily in this extended detail. It wasn't this extended. It was kind of quick. It was a few reveals of movements, and they wasn't fighting all throughout the Royal Division's headquarters. And man, from the flashbacks to Bach and his father, the Soul King, the reveal of the Soul King's name, which I don't know how to pronounce properly, so I'm not gonna say it. I just know it starts with an A. But and just everything that transpired in this particular episode. So this episode starts with flashbacks from Bach, of course, impaling the Soul King, and just kind of talking about his father. And then we see flashbacks from Bach when he was younger, to when he was a child, to when he was a baby, and we just see just the story kind of unfolding. We see, of course, the Soul King with that mechanism that separated him in the first place, separated his limbs and everything like that, and we see that he's kind of being held captive as the balance that holds all three worlds together. So the Soul Society, Hueco Mundo, and the living world. And as soon as Bach stabbed him, now they can feel tremors in each three places: Hueco Mundo, the living world, and the Seirete, or the Soul Society. And so it's just interesting the way this episode just kind of played out, because we have Ichigo and company floating up to the royal palace to pretty much stop Bach. And even Ichigo said, he was just like, "I'm sorry, humans, but you're not going to be able to defeat Bach." And so he kind of sent them, not necessarily to their deaths, but he kind of set them up for failure. Which is interesting, because if you remember in prior flashbacks in previous cores, we saw Ichigo wielding the Almighty as well. So who knows what he saw when he was wielding the Almighty. And we also saw Bach wielding the Almighty back then as well, and now he's currently activated the Almighty. So who knows what either one of them have seen, as far as who have seen or foreseen. And we get a little bit of information revealed as far as what Bach has seen later when he's talking to Ichigo. But as soon as they get up there, of course, Ichigo ready to scrap, as Ichigo does, and him and Bach just go at it. Now, mind you, it was interesting because even Orihime pointed out something's weird with his eyes, and of course he has the three pupils in his eyes once the Almighty has been activated, and they don't know what it's about. He's talking, but he's talking like one of the villains that's kind of full of themselves. So it's just like, I hear you, but I don't hear you, because I don't know what you're talking about, but you talking crazy. So it was interesting just watching that exchange. And then next thing you know, hands were thrown, and we see Ichigo and Bach just kind of going at each other. Ichigo charges in with both of his swords, and Bach charges in with his sword, and they just kind of clash. Bach still talking junk, and Ichigo just letting him talk it, but backing it up with his actions. And yeah, it was just interesting. But if you paid close attention, you notice that every time Bach would get hit, they would zoom in on his face, and you would see he only has one pupil available. So he's having his regular eyes. And at first when I saw that, I was like, hold up, is this like a dream or a vision? Because I remember in the manga, it was quick. The fight didn't last that long. It was very quick, and it was just like, wait, what? Like, what did we just see? And so it was interesting seeing them like kind of extend that and just show the gravitas, show the growth of Ichigo, while also showing Bach ain't no slouch. You feel me? Like, they was really going toe to toe with each other, and then Ichigo was starting to overwhelm Bach, and then Bach was just like, You don't even realize the difference in our power yet. If you haven't even noticed, I haven't even been using my eyes. And Ichigo's like, wait, what? He was like, yeah, I haven't been using my eyes. But from this point forward, my eyes are going to be open and I'm going to be using them. And from that moment forward, he pretty much dominated Ichigo the entire rest of the fight. Ichigo tried. He definitely put up a decent fight for considering the Almighty. Since the Almighty has been activated, he's been destroying everybody. He destroyed Ichibei. He killed the Soul King, and so it's just like he's doing all these different things. And now he's fighting Ichigo, and he don't stand a chance either. And so it's it's interesting to just see the dynamic. So of course he throws Ichigo back into the palace, and everybody's still sitting there, just kind of in shock and in awe. And he just proceeds to just tell him his plan, as villains do. He has the classic villain monologue, telling him his plans, telling him how futile their efforts to stop him are. And he even, while he's talking, we see Ichigo get some resolve and stand up and getting ready to fight again. And he's still talking, still gloating. And Yoruichi actually sets a trap around him. And she was like, don't move. If you move, these tethers that I have around you are going to tear you to shreds. And he just, with his rage, he just burns them away. And as he burns them away, he also burns the curtain away that he was standing in front of him. And that's where we get the reveal that the Soul King has Bach's sword embedded in him. And everybody's just in complete shock and awe. And Yadoichi's like, no, wait. The gang is just like, yo, you killed the Soul King. And Yadoichi's like, no, he's still alive. And Bach was like, yeah, he's still alive. Ichigo, go grab the sword. And because Ichigo, he explains later that because Ichigo has Quincy blood in him, it's kind of like he has some of Bach in him. So he goes to grab the sword, and it looks like he's trying to pull the sword out to save the Soul King. But unfortunately, once he grabs the sword, his Bach's influence in the sword attaches to his Quincy blood and causes him to pretty much pull the sword out and slice through the Soul King, cutting him in half. And once that happens, we see complete and utter chaos as far as the tremors get worse in each and every area of Fuego Mundo, the living world, and Soul Society. And we see just the roof caving in on the laboratory that all the captains are in. We see Urahara realize what's happening in real time. Like, yo, they just killed the Soul King. Like, yo, we got to figure something else. We got to figure something out. And it's funny because we see Shinji, we see Soifon and her lieutenant, and we see Renji, and we see Rukia kind of arriving at the facility, at the laboratory, and just kind of being shocked by all this as well. And Urahara tries to explain to them what's going on as best he can. And you can see even he's not completely sure of what's going on, but it's Urahara, so you know he has a very highly educated guest. So he gives them the rundown best he can in the moment, and we see Ichigo sitting there in shock. We see just everybody kind of in awe of what's transpiring, and it's just super shocking. And it's like everybody's at a standstill, and then the episode ends. And then the episode ends with Ichigo kind of standing there looking shocked, and everybody else right after he cut the Soul King in half. And as the captains below are all scurrying around to figure out what's going on, how can we help, how can we change, and blah blah blah, we see Ukitake there, and he's just sitting there with a serious face on, looking up. And if you read the manga, you know. So if you know, you know. I'm not gonna spoil it here, but if you know, you know he's gonna be a very important character in these next few episodes. So if you know, you know. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it though, because how he was used in the manga, it was very brief. It was very quick. So I'm interested to see if they're going to extend it, explain it a little bit more, if they're going to give flashbacks to explain it a little bit more, if they're going to show everything. Like, the way that they did this episode, I'm interested to see how they're going to do Ukitake's part. And even the preview for the preview and the poem for next week's episode was done by Ukitake. And you can see him at the top of the screen as the poem is being read. And it looks like he has his back towards the screen, and you can see like his hair and his shoulders. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this core develops. The fights I already know are gonna be amazing. The fights are gonna be amazing this core, and so I'm interested to see where they're gonna stop at for sure on episode 13. Like, what's going to be the final episode, what chapter they're going to stop at, what part of the 1,000-Year Blood War they're going to end on, because it's supposed to be 4 cores, so this is only the 3rd one. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do it. I'm interested to see if they're going to incorporate any of the light novel Count for Your Own World. It looks like they've already done some of the Soul King's backstory that we find out in Count for Your Own World. Oh, Can't Fear Your Own World. I said can't Count for Your Own World. Can't Fear Your Own World. So it looks like they've already done some of the Soul King's backstory. So I'm interested to see if they're going to do more. And I'm interested to see what other pieces they may pull from that to add to the anime, just to add more context. So yeah, man, this particular episode for me personally, as a manga reader of Bleach and a big fan of Bleach, I got to give it a 9. It was a 9 for me. It was dope to see all of that transpired. I wish they would have gave me a little bit more, which is why I can't give it a 10. But I was excited to see what they did give me, because that was not in the manga. But let me know in the comments below how y'all felt about it. Were y'all excited to see it? Are you watching Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War Core 3? Episode 2. Have you seen it? Is it on your watch list? If it's on your watch list, hurry up and watch it. If it's not on your watch list, put it on your watch list. What are you doing? But anyway, don't forget to comment below how you felt about it, how you feel about the review. If you feel like I'm reaching, you feel like I'm gassing it, you feel like I'm overselling it, or if you feel like I'm underselling it, you feel like it was a 10 all around, or if you feel like I'm spot on. Let me know in the comments below. We can chop it up. Love to chop it up with y'all in the comments. But don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime that we drop a new video on the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we can do it with your help. We breeze past 300, and I know we can get to 1,000. But I need your help. So hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime we drop a new video. Right now, I'm currently reviewing The Penguin, Agatha All Along, and Bleach. Those are 3 things I'm reviewing right now. When more shows and stuff start to roll out, I'll branch out and do some more reviews as well. I also have a Transformers 1 review coming soon. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm also kind of excited about the movies coming out in this holiday season and the different things. We got Gladiator 2, we got Moana 2, we got I'm not excited about Kraven, but I'm also not excited about Venom. I'm more so scared for Venom because they're doing null and Sony doing null got me nervous. But that's neither here nor there. We was talking about Bleach. So like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and never forget, it's free soul to the show free. Let's get it.